morning, welcome back to my channel. This is Judy. So today I'm making a big chocolate chip Easter cookie. It's not going to be a giant one like I've done before. This one's going to be in my 9-inch quiche pan. You can use a pie pan or whatever, a pie dish, but I'm going to use my quiche one. And I bought these Easter colored M&Ms. Aren't they pretty? I just love them. I love the colors for Easter. So I'm going to put those in there with the chocolate chips and then decorate the outside or the top of the cookie. And then I also got the peanut ones. Yeah, we've been eating those. But the peanut ones are going to go just on the top. I'm not going to mix them in with the cookie. But yeah, so we're going to do that and make us an Easter cookie. So I've got my oven preheated to 350. And we're going to get this mixed up and we're going to get it in the oven. Okay, so in my bowl here, I have 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of cane sugar, organic cane sugar that I got from Azure. So we're gonna go ahead and just blend this up together. So 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 1/2 cup or 1/4 cup of cane sugar. And in brown sugar, you get these little hard things sometimes, but you just have to break them up. That's one thing about the brown sugar, but it's easy to mash them up. All right, we're gonna mix it up just a little bit. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add 1 stick of melted butter, and I went ahead and just melted it in the microwave. You could put it in a pot on the stove if you want to do it that way, but so 1 stick of melted, this is unsalted butter. But if you're going to use salted butter, then you would just leave out the salt that's in this recipe. So let's mix this up. I love brown sugar. It smells so good. Okay, then we're going to add some vanilla. I use Azure Standard organic pure vanilla extract. I'll get the lid off. And we're going to put 2 teaspoons. There's a teaspoon over here. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So there's 1 and 2. 2 of those. Let's mix this up. Smells so good. Okay. A couple little brown sugar things in there, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, now we're going to add 1 egg, 1 large egg, and I went ahead and just kind of whipped it up with the fork. This makes it easier to blend up. And I did it last because the butter was warm and I wanted to cook my egg. Okay. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients. Let me set this over here a second. Now in my little bowl here, I'm just going to whisk this up. And then we'll add it to the wet. But I have, let's see, where's it at? 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm using organic all-purpose flour. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. That's why you see the pink there. And then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So pretty simple. And I'll leave the recipe in my description box below. There we go. Now we're going to add it to our wet ingredients. A little bit at a time. If it gets too thick, then we'll switch to a wooden spoon. Yeah, which is probably what I'm going to do right here after I get this blended in. Be easier once we add the chocolate chips to it. Add some more flour. It's nice here in Arkansas today. Supposed to be 70 degrees. After all the rain that we had the last couple days, I'm hoping it dries some of it up. I think it's supposed to rain again Saturday and Sunday, and our grass is going to be 3 foot high before we get it mowed for the first time this year. Alright, I'm just going to dump the rest in there. Get this mixed up without getting flour everywhere. This is just a basic chocolate chip cookie dough. Just enough for, like the recipe said, for a 9-inch pie plate. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now we're going to add our chocolate chips. So I have some semi-sweet, half a cup of chocolate chips, and I have half a cup of the Easter candied M&Ms. Put all that in there. You could add nuts to this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to this time. Look how pretty that is. And then once it's baked and I take it out of the oven, then we will add the peanut ones and stuff to the top to garnish, you know, to make it look pretty, because their other ones will be mixed up in here. Okay, let me get my, I'll just use a spoon here. Scrape off my spoon here. Over there a minute. Let's get our dish to put it in. Okay, I think I need my spatula. I washed and put in the sink. Okay, now we're gonna get this put in here. It's kind of thick, so it's gonna come out in a big old blob here, and we have to spread it out. Okay. There we go. I think I'm just going to use my spoon here to get this spread out. Get it spread out as evenly as possible. Get it to the edge. This would be cute for an Easter party. If you have a quiche, even just a plain 9-inch pie dish would work. Just remember to spray it so it doesn't stick. So when you cut it, let's see if I can get this all even. Look how pretty. It'll be prettier once we do the. All right. Okay, that's all there is to it. I'm gonna get it in my 350 oven, and it's gonna bake for 25 minutes or until the top is golden brown. Isn't that pretty? So I'll bring you back when I take it out of the oven. Okay, it's out of the oven. Look how pretty. It took about 23 minutes in my oven. So now we're going to push some M&Ms just into the top while it's still hot, just to make it look pretty. Put them wherever you want. Trying to get some diversified colors here. Yellows and greens. Isn't that pretty? More purples. Another yellow. Oh, here's some blue. All right. I think that's probably pretty good. Now we're going to take some of the peanut M&Ms and stick those in there, or just on the top, basically. So they'll melt just a little bit. Green one. How fun. You know, you could always take, what am I going to say? You could take some of the melted candy that you make little, out of the molds, and put little Easter, like a little Easter bunny in the center, but I didn't do that this time, so. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool, and then we'll do a little taste test. But I'm sure it's gonna taste fine. It's a chocolate chip cookie. How is it not gonna taste good? But I will bring you back when it's completely cool. Okay, it's mostly cool. It's still a little warm, so we're gonna do a little taste test. Which. Here we go. Look at that. The chocolate is melted. It's still warm. This is so good. This would be great for a little Easter party, for a birthday. You could use different colored, you know, M&Ms or whatever, but I like making chocolate chip cookies this way because it's just a lot. It doesn't take quite as long. You just put it in one pan and make it. These are the nuts, but peanuts. This is so good. Glass of milk, cup of coffee. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will leave the recipe in my description box below. And this is, you make it in a 9-inch pan. Got chocolate on my finger. A 9-inch pie pan, which that'll be in the description too. But I hope you enjoyed the recipe and give it a try. And stay tuned for my next video. I don't know if this one will be first or the one I already filmed. I did a video on all my new homestead books for like herbal medicine and gardening and stuff. So that's coming up too. So God bless everybody, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.